All right, what's up there, SEO pros? We're back at it again with Ruben, and Ruben is our new SEO in the house. Ruben, you want to say what's up, man?
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be showing Ruben like some different things that we're gonna be wanting to focus on with our campaigns, and I'm gonna be showing him some stuff that you guys actually haven't seen before. So right now I was just setting up people in Ahrefs. You can see we're just tracking their different campaigns. But the first thing I wanted to show you was something that I discovered the other day, which is pretty cool. And this is like what we're going to want to do for a lot of people is we're going to want to figure out content that their competitors are ranking for, but that they're not ranking for. Because those are easy wins, right? If we can find content that, like, for instance, one of our insurance websites or whatever, is not ranking for, but their competitors are getting tons of traffic for that. We want to figure out what keywords those are. And in most cases, what I used to do is I used to go to SEMrush and plug them into into SEMrush and see what they're ranking for, and then literally take the individual keywords as ideas and then see if those would be something that we'd want to rank for. But with Ahrefs, they actually have this tool that's really cool that you can use. That's called Content Gap, and I'll show you what that is. So we'll go into, for instance, we'll just go to chaserunner.com. We'll go into here, and you scroll down, and there should be something that says Content Gap right here, right? So we're going to click on that. I don't know if you can see with this mic in the way. And we're just going to put in our competitor's domain. So we'll just go into here. We'll take like backlinko. Plug them in there. We'll take, let's see, who else? Take like Moz. And then we'll take like a local company as well and see if they're ranking for anything locally. So we're going to plug them all in there. We just press show keywords. And now you can see the different things that these people are ranking for that we're not ranking for. And it's pretty cool because it'll actually show you the search rates, the keyword difficulty, the average CPC. So this is a really good way to kind of gauge, things that we might be able to rank for as well. So if we have local clients or whoever, and we wanted to start getting ideas for what content we should start doing in terms of landing pages or blog posts or any of that stuff, this is a really easy way to start going out and sniping the different keywords. So that was one of the things I wanted to show you. So of course we have a bunch of different people in our projects right now. So we got local companies, we got nationwide or international companies. I think what we probably want to do is focus on maybe one of the national companies. I'm not really sure. So I think one of the big problems that we're probably going to face is the fact that you're going to be working on people that are brand new, but also people that are existing. So this company right here is existing, and we've been able to rank them for really cool things like scented coconut oil and that sort of stuff, like number one.
Very cool.
So this is a good example, I think, because you probably aren't going to be familiar with something that's been going on for a while. So I'm going to show you what I do on like websites from like month 3 and on versus like the initial implementations, because it's a lot different. On the initial implementations, you're doing mainly like title tag optimization, removing all the broken links, making sure that there's no code errors or the site's really slow.
Cleaning up house, basically.
Making sure that everything's dialed in. But months 3 through 6 are a lot different because you're going to be, focusing on things that are not around that sort of basic stuff. It's going to be more advanced, like A/B testing, conversion rate optimization, building out lists, all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Remarketing. So I'm going to show you what's going on with this company, and we actually don't have them in Ahrefs yet, so we can show everybody how to set these people up in Ahrefs as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Ahrefs. And Ahrefs gets free promotion from me because they gave me a free subscription to their tool.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. So here we go. So we're gonna just go to the bottom here, add a website to dashboard, press add website. Let's check out if we have any comments. Carl says you don't give up, do you? Give me a shout out. Shout out to Carl. Darren says, haha, here he is again. I'm 50 minutes into watching top 1% and up. I have a question actually. I've tried Google the answer, but it's so mixed up. Do I no index categories? No. Keep the categories indexed, no index. You should no index the tags. It will overcome duplicate meta and missing alt tags. I think that is a good thing. Just make sure that the categories are unique and that you're using pagination on them. And so if you don't know what that means, Ruben, what happens is with a lot of blogs, so like for instance, we'll just go to this, chasereiner.com. What will end up happening is people, if you like do like a site colon, and this is the best way to kind of get results for websites, is to just do like site colon and then the name of the website, because it'll show you what's indexed on that site. So if you do something like that, like in an audit, and we should probably do an audit together at some point, but this is usually what I do, and what it'll show you is like if there's anything weird going on. So you can start kind of see like this, the footer should not be indexed. So that's a design flaw, which we're migrating to a new design soon, so that's going to be no indexed, of course. But there's basic things I look at, and one of them is categories. So categories are okay to index because you can actually rank for categories. In one of my recent videos, we were looking at the search console for somebody who is getting their, next to their homepage for all their clicks, their next page that's getting a lot of clicks is their category page. So you can actually rank, like for instance, you can see category / SEO. The title for this is SEO Video Tutorials 2017.
Yeah.
So that can obviously rank for something, but you want to make your category specific. So if we go into here and you see that, you know, we are putting a short introduction to the category, but we're also internally linking to the other important posts, showing Google that, hey, look, inside this category, these are important posts in here, let's pass some authority to them.
Got it. That's referring to the silo, right, within that category?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why you want to keep categories indexed. Now, you don't want to be using these posts, like you don't want to have SEO audit tutorial in 6 different categories, because that's going to be duplicate content.
Got it.
You can have it in one category with a preview, that's fine. But if you have that, and then you're also say you're using tags, then you're showing up for tags in different tag pages, and then in that category page, and it just dilutes all the pages.
Understood.
So the categories are fine. The tag pages you can do if they're unique enough, and the categories are completely different from the tags. But even in that case, like almost every like pretty knowledgeable SEO that I've talked to says just don't use tags.
Got it.
So that's what I know about that. In terms of the other pages, like author pages, you don't really need to index those. And the only other thing that you really want to look at is, like, if you go to the next right here and you look at the code, if this code isn't using something called a rel next or a rel prev tag, which you can see right here, rel prev, and there's no rel next tag because there's not a next page. All this is saying is that this is all related to the main category page. So we're going to put this all, so Google's going to basically associate all of the extra pages to that one main page.
Got it.
So the other pages are still going to get indexed, like for instance, page 2 and page 3 for this category, but it's not going to dilute the first page because there's the rel next and rel prev tags. So in other words, you know, it's okay to use categories in the pagination and have all those pages indexed. You just want to make sure that those tags are showing up. And then it's just an easy button. You just click it in on Yoast.
Perfect.
So hopefully that answered Darren's question. Ralph said, Chase, my sites got attacked with spam. I added another layer of protection to them, even my main one. If you have trouble logging into the site, let me know. Stopped a few Russian brute force attacks. Okay, I might have to check that out for you, man. Darren said, I better go back and turn them on because I turned them off a half hour ago. Thanks, you're welcome. At least it was only a half hour ago.
Yeah.
So, so back to well sent. So we're going to set them up in Ahrefs. And this is what I do this is what we always set them up in SEO Profiler, but we should also set them up in Ahrefs because they both do different things. So you just put in the URL, you want to make sure it's HTTPS. If it is, let's make sure, yep. And then we'll just press next. And then you can see the cool thing about Ahrefs is instead of needing to export your keywords from like Search Console, you can just literally just go like this and add your keywords. And I think this will select all of them. So I don't really think it's that necessary because a lot of the stuff's already tracked, and I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to put in some of the competitors. I think this is one. We'll just do that, and that. And then we're not going to do this. We're just going to go finish. And then what we got to do is go into here. And these are all the metrics. You can see the backlinks. We're going to go into here. So the UR, the DR, that's, you know, kind of arbitrary. Everybody has their own sort of thing they go by. Like Moz has page authority and domain authority. This has UR and DR. There's also like Majestic, which you can use for like, they have like different things that are like called like trust flow, citation flow, and all that stuff. I try not to spend too much time worrying about that stuff. And then you can go in here and see the URL rating distribution. So like this is what they're gauging on the authority of links you have. So like 10 to 20, 0 to 10. If you start seeing a lot like this, for a lot of the websites, it might be a good idea to start going in and looking at the links and seeing if we have some like low quality links pointing to us and then uploading them to a disavow. We're not going to do that in this one, but we might want to do that in another tutorial. And then on this sidebar, you can see a lot of cool stuff. One of the really cool ones is like the outgoing links and then the broken links. So of course, there's no broken links on this site because we fixed them all, but this is another thing that we can do to start doing backlink building, which we might want to do in the future, and I'll just show you how to do this. So say we go to WellSent, right? And then say we go to like Content Gap. So we're going to go into here, we're going to add in our, well, first we'll just take our competing domains. So we'll just take like this one. I'll just open up the notepad. Take that one. Take like this one. And then we'll take like that one. Doesn't really matter too much right now because of what we're doing, and you'll see what I'm saying in a second. So we're going to go back to Content Gap, put in our pages that we found. And then you can see these are all the keywords. And first of all, what we could do is we could just export this and send this to the client, ask them if these are any of the keywords that they might want to go for. And then we can start doing content marketing around that and hire somebody off of Writer Access. We're not doing that right now. But say we look for something like around essential oils, right? So all we have to do is just grab that keyword and then do like something like a list. So like top 10. And the first thing you can do is you can just press this button. It's a Chrome extension. It's called Check My Links. And it'll just automatically start scanning the website and finding any broken links. Now, if it does find one, this is an easy win. But if it doesn't, not a big deal. So it looks like it hasn't. So, like I said, it's not a big deal. But what you can do is just grab one of these links. So grab like that. And it looks like it's not externally linking. It looks like it's all internally linking. You want to grab a link that is externally linking to. So like for instance, something like this. So we just grab that. And then all we have to do is just copy it and go back to Ahrefs and plug it in here. Hold on, I didn't copy. This might sound confusing. It makes more sense like when you do it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I can't grab this. So you put it in there, and then what you do is you go to broken links, and you can see on this domain it has a couple broken links. So the reason why that's good is because we can go find this, right? So we'll grab this. You can see it's broken. And first of all, we could just email these people and say, hey, look, it looks like you're linking to them on this page. We also have a page about essential oils. Maybe you want to link to us instead. Pretty easy win. The other thing that you can do is you can actually just plug this domain into here that's already 404ing. And then you can see all of the different links linking to that 404ing domain. You can export this list
Wow.
of all of the links linking to it, and then you can plug them into something like Pitchbox, which will automatically extract the emails associated with those links, and then go email 400 people
What
saying,
a
"Hey, we
great
saw that
idea.
you." Yeah,
That is awesome.
right.
That's
So
sweet.
the thing you do want to be careful about is that you don't get 300 fixed broken links pointing back to your site at once,
Yeah.
because that can look really bad.
Yeah. You want to make it look natural.
Right. So, but this is like a perfect example of something that we could do for one of our clients. And then even if we were to get 2 or 3 links that were high quality to a new article that they wrote,
Yeah.
definitely be helping us out.
Totally worth it.
Not something that we should be spending too much time on, but this is one of those things where it's like, a quick deliverable we could start working on.
Got it.
So let's go back to the domain. So we'll go back to dashboard. Let's check out our comments. We got 16 people watching. And as I usually ask, guys, if you haven't already, please leave a like if you like these videos. So we're going to go back here. The other cool thing is if you go to backlinks, you can actually see what backlinks are being acquired. So if you press new, it'll show you a calendar whenever a link was acquired. So you just click on that, and it'll show you what's been acquired on that specific date. Looks like this. So this looks like something we were doing some sort of keyword research, and it gave us a link.
Nice.
And then, of course, any broken links pointing to us. So if there's a broken link and we have a 404 page, we definitely want to do a 301 on that page to the page that it should be ranking for, because if we don't, then we're going to be missing out on a domain rating of 50 pointing to us with a follow link that's just 404ing.
Yeah.
So that's a big
It's a waste of link juice.
it's a waste. Yeah, it's a waste. So this is something else that we could use as a task, where it's like go into the pages, find any links that are pointing to us that we have 404 pages on, and make sure we do 301 redirects to the actual pages.
Got it.
Because if they remove those, then we're missing out. And also those 404 pages, nothing's happening. So this is a ton of links that we could do simple 301s, start ranking our other pages higher. There's some other things that you can do, like you can see any sort of domains that are like stopped linking to you. You can download those lists and ask them why they stopped linking to you. That's kind of ridiculous. You can also look at your anchors. A lot of people who are black hat will actually look and see what their anchor tags are and try to manipulate them so that it's like not over optimized under certain keywords. I don't worry about that stuff because we don't do any black hat. And then, of course, like I said, all of the organic keywords. So this is the kind of stuff that's really good to look at, because this is going to give us an idea on what we should be spending more time SEOing. Like, for instance, anything that's in a position 15 with a 4,300 monthly search rate, we could spend some time doing some broken link building around that, or even doing some more content with some link silos, click-through rate optimization. So we could cross-check this in Search Console. If there's like a 2% click-through rate, then we know we could do title tag optimization with that method I showed you before,
Yeah.
where you go in, look at the queries that people are searching, and then just match that to your title tags and your on-page content, and generally you'll go up like sometimes even 8 positions.
Pretty instantly too.
Pretty instantly, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what's really cool about that stuff. Other than that, I mean, there's some other cool stuff that you can do in here, but that's kind of the highlights for Ahrefs. So one of the things that we're really focusing on for WellSent right now is the biggest, the most important things right away. So one of the best ways to look at this on like clients that are months 3 to 6 or whatever it is, like anything after like 3 months, is to go into analytics, and I'll show you. So we just go into analytics, and let me see if I can get into might be under my other account. Let me just add that really quick. A lot of people underestimate analytics. They don't really look at too much, but there's a lot of things that you can really use to your advantage. Oh gosh, I have like 7 different emails. And then Google Plus constantly signs me out of it. There we go. Okay, so just filter back to here. And then the first thing I usually look at when I go into analytics, like in almost every case, is I'll jump down to acquisition, all traffic, and source medium. And the reason why is this is kind of the best overview to look at right off the bat, because you get a complete layout of your different channels that you're getting traffic from. So like organic, Facebook, looks like some referrals. And then this is how you can start figuring out some of your KPIs, right? Because if we're getting a lot of traffic from Pinterest and we're getting a lot of conversions, which I don't know why we're still not tracking conversions. That seems ridiculous. Oh, it's because I couldn't integrate. Okay, so that's one of the tests we actually need to make a note of. Whoops. Because one of the most important things that needs to happen is that there's the conversion tracking. But I mean, like, so like what I was saying is that if the conversion tracking was enabled, and say we got, you know, a 10% conversion rate off of Facebook, and every conversion was worth on average, you know, $100, we know that we could spend, you know, maybe 20% of that on doing some ads.
Yeah.
Or same thing with Pinterest or whatever else. The other thing that we really need to look at is if we go to behavior, site content, and then landing pages. This will show us the pages that people are landing on. These are all really important pages, so we want to make sure that we're spending a little bit of time looking at these. The first thing that we can see is that the bounce rate's at 88%. Now that's way too high for our highest value page. The next thing that we want to look at is what's actually happening on this page. So if we go into it, so we would just copy this. So obviously this is a blog post, right? Now, right off the bat I can tell, you might be able to figure this out yourself. Other than the fact that this hasn't been like, you know, done optimized with on-page basics like heading tags and maybe some more internal linking to the products. I mean, this actually looks good. Is that there's no real funnel here. So there isn't like a content upgrade. And the reason why content upgrades are so important is because you can literally pull thousands of emails off your blog posts. What's up, Nick?
Hey.
We're live right now.
Oh, cool.
Welcome
Should
to
I
the...
leave?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
What's up, man?
So I'll show you right here. We got like for the white hat SEO techniques I did like a 5,000 word skyscraper post on this, and this doesn't pull too much traffic, but it, you know, it pulls decent. And right here, if people click on this, you know, it just gives them an extra. So like for instance, you know, if they want to learn something more about or get, you know, a free sample or whatever it is, they can go ahead and click this, put in their email, then we get the email, and then we could do so many things. We could do remarketing, we could start getting them into a Facebook group where we offer discounts, tons of stuff. So that's one of the biggest things that we need to look at is getting the content upgrade going, because that's a huge missed opportunity right
Absolutely.
there. The other thing that the reason why there might be such a high bounce rate, people go to this page and the text is super small. There's no heading tag separating what's going on. There's no real bulleted points. There's no images till about under the fold. So there's a lot of things going on here that we could do basic on-page optimizations and take this maybe to like a 40% bounce rate. And then maybe if we had conversion tracking enabled, you know, take that like 10% higher, at the same time collecting, you know, a couple extra 100 emails a month.
Building a list.
Right. And so if you did that, I mean, that alone, just for spending like an hour or two on that,
Yeah.
could be, you know, worth, you know, 2 months, 3 months of a retainer to them. So that's just like basic stuff that you can start looking at. But that's why it's so important to go in here, start looking at the different landing pages that are getting tons of traffic, and then you can also cross-check these with Search Console. So I think if you actually set up Search Console that's integrated, you can actually go into it on Analytics and you can check it out. I don't see Search Console in this tab anymore. I usually don't use it because it's limited. I'll actually just manually cross-check it and just go into Search Console and then cross-check the actual click-through rates and it would be really nice if you could just see the click-through rates and the you know, the actual keywords and all that stuff in all of here.
Yeah.
But for some reason Google doesn't want to give you that.
Yeah.
So
separated.
yeah. So we could keep going, but I think we actually have to get integrated with Nick, who is going to be helping us with our sales. So if you guys like this video, like I said in the beginning, just make sure you leave a like, and thanks for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the near future. So until then, happy SEOing.
Peace.